Well, it's a do or die for the Indiana Pacers and the Charlotte Hornets, and so far it has been all Pacers. You mentioned the three-point shooting as we got ready for this game, GA. And how about the start by Indiana, led by Doug McDermott?
He's been incredible, and it's really kind of what Indiana is. Their ability to get in transition, move it, and get paint touches, put you in rotation, and then they space it and move it well.
Devontae Graham has checked into the game for Charlotte as James Borrego just tries to stem the tide here. Doug McDermott, if you just joined us, 11 points. GA's 4 for 4, including 3 of 3 from deep.
And has not taken a dribble. And that's really the key. That tells you the execution's there. And early on, Charlotte just seems like they're about a step slow, not playing with great intensity, and maybe that bucket by Zeller can get them going.
Beautiful setup on the drive and dump off by Rozier to end that 17-4 Indiana run. Greg, you had to wonder, and Indiana had to wonder, as McDermott lines up again, corner three, gets it again.
That's just a breakdown defensively there by Rozier. You've got to trail McDermott. You can't try to shoot gaps. Too good a passing unit as BJ answers there. Washington with the triple.
PJ Washington had that 1 of 17 three-point shooting slump entering the final game of the regular season, but he finished well in that loss to Washington. Had 3 threes in that game just to get his confidence level up, and that GA seems to have carried over at least early in this game. Rozier off balance, a patented little step back, and Sabonis clears. Here comes Brogdon, dropping a dime, beautifully done to Brissett.
Just great patience there by Brogdon, and a good job of Brissett running the floor, and that baseline cut there for the finish.
Indiana 9 of 13 at the start as Zeller has hit a couple early buckets in this game. Charlotte's offense has looked okay. It's just a defense. Right, can they get some stops at this end? Sabonis can't put down the open three-pointer. Charlotte 33 and 39 as we touched down, lost their final 5 games of the season. Just 6 and 15 over their final 21 games. Graham trying to feed Zeller underneath, and it's another Charlotte turnover.
I thought that was a great pass, and there you see nice backdoor cut. And you saw Washington got caught looking at the ball, lost recognition of Brissett for the finish.
Well, there's Brogdon. He will sit. 5 points, 3 assists. We asked Nate Bjorkgren, about a minute's restriction, and he said, the only thing we're thinking about is those 5, 6, maybe 7-minute intervals. See how he reacts. He said we don't really worry about Malcolm's wind. He's always such good shape.
And I would look for them to try to get him back sooner. What you worry about with hamstrings is cooling down. And you don't want that to get stiff at all as he's gotten off to a solid start.
Here's Sabonis, beautiful drop step. He's so good with his feet. Sabonis, you have to wonder about his timing. He did play well in their season finale down at Tampa against Toronto, but he did miss some time, those 10 games with injury. Thigh contusion, also has dealt with a lower back injury. Washington, the loose ball, kicks to Rozier, open 3. Back of the rim, no. Bridges had a chance, and it's taken by TJ McConnell. How big has McConnell been for this Indiana team, especially down the stretch, all the injuries that they've had. McDermott, driving kick out to Brissett, splash!
And there's again a paint touch for the triple, and the point about McConnell is a well-made one there as Rozier right back at him. And it looks like Holiday is laboring a little bit for the Pacers.
Here comes Sabonis, puts it on the deck, lays it up and gets a friendly little bounce as he takes Zeller off the dribble.
And that matchup is a concern. Charlotte is at their best when they go small. Right now with Zeller and starting with Biyombo, they have had their troubles dealing with Sabonis.
Looks like Bridges will take a seat as McConnell was bumped in the transition. That's the first on Bridges.
And how crazy this first quarter. They're on pace to get 45 in the first quarter right now. They've been electric offensively, and you know we've seen this from the Pacers this season. That they do a terrific job of spacing and moving it. They're seeking out the best shot, and when they've done a great job here to deliver the first punch, if you will.
That's really the first mistake that McDermott has made tonight. As they turn it over, that's their first of this opening quarter, as Indiana holding a 14-point lead. As we cross the 4-minute mark left in the first. Well, you wanted some offensive fireworks early in this game, you got it. Pacers 7 of 10 from deep. And Charlotte just trying to weather the storm. How about Zeller's start? That's his 3rd basket already off the bench.
And that's the one concern, is the inability of this Pacers team to defend the rim. You remember, no Miles Turner, so they don't have that shot-blocking presence down there, and Zeller making them pay. Just a nice straight-line drive here. Because of the three-point shooting, there's nobody to help. He creates a little bit of space and gets it up and over. Sabonis.
Gia mentioned Miles Turner has been out with that toe injury, missed 22 of the final 23. He was in the conversation maybe for Defensive Player of the Year, led the league in shot blocks for the 2nd time in 3 years. And the drop-off in this team's defensive efficiency last year to this year has been precipitous.
Yeah, and a big part of that is his absence, but also the style of play. Remember, they went from being one of the slower teams pace-wise in the league to one of the faster ones. And so just by virtue of that, it's going to impact how good you can be defensively because you're playing more in transition.
Rozier into the paint, outside to Graham, 3-pointer, misses wildly. And the rebound is corralled by Edmund Sumner, who's back in the lineup, missed 6 of the final 7, as we mentioned, with that lifting injury. McConnell bounces out, open 3. Sumner, I have to think he's going to need some time to just get his chemistry back, his timing after all those games missed. There's the shot at the rim by Jalen McDaniels, who's just into the game for James Borrego. And the officials say we will break. 2:42 left. It has been all Pacers till this point.